Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of the Morecambe Youth Academy Career Mode. We're in episode 11, we've got 4 games today, so let's jump straight into it. Going into the first game of today, and we have a home league clash against Leyton Orient. The first chance came from a defensive error yet again. We seem to be making a hash of quite a lot of defensive opportunities this season. Dennis gets the ball and forces a good save out of Fagan. Clark runs at the Leyton defence here, takes the ball past Coulson, passes off to Eklund, but his shot is blocked and collected by the goalkeeper. Morecambe back on the attack yet again 30 minutes into the game as Eklund passes off to Gomez, spins past his man and gets it into the back of the net to finally grab his first goal of the season for Morecambe. It's about time he's finally off the mark. And to be honest, it's a great move from him, a little scoop turn there, a left-footed strike straight to the bottom right corner. Just before the half, Leyton did have one more chance as Judd ran down the right hand side, crossed the ball into the box, McAnuff chests the ball across the box. Fagan can't collect, but we do eventually get the ball clear. The first chance of the second half does fall to the visitors yet again, as Cipriano passes the ball back to Maguire, his shot is blocked, and that's the end of that. Morecambe, 67 minutes into the game now, Alvarez has the ball, passes off to Clark, sees Eklund in space, decides to shoot himself, and the goalkeeper pushes just wide to keep the score at 1-0. The next chance fell to Morecambe as Eklund has the ball on the edge of the Leyton area, passes off to Leisman who's in a very unfamiliar area, a right-footed scoop turn from Gomez, and a left-footed strike does mean that he does double Morecambe's lead here on the day, and does double his tally for the season. 2 goals in this game and he hadn't scored previous. You can see there the strike goes straight to the side netting. Leyton come back at the Morecambe defence here in the 73rd minute as Eklund tries to fight off Hap, can't quite do it. Martin's touch is pounced on by the Leyton attacker, but the strike is straight at Fagan. 9 minutes to go now and Leisman seems to drop his man inside the box. He decides to vault the challenge for some reason. Martin now passes off to Maguire Drew, passes into Angol, and we do lose our clean sheet unfortunately. It was just calamitous defending yet again, and we've seen it way too often this season. But anyway, that goal was only a consolation as Morecambe do come away 2-1 winners. Right after that win, we got our updated Youth Academy squad report here, and the first name on the list is Hugh Lee, 92 potential. We're going to keep him in here for now. The second name on the list is Ascari Joel, 83 to 89, same potential as last time, but it's still 15, so we can't call him up. Jacob Madsen, 54 rated and 92 potential on this left midfielder. Still, yet again, we can't call him up. Philip Madsen, the 6-foot left midfielder from Denmark, 92 potential. We're going to keep an eye on him, but I think I'm going to go with Jacob Madsen over him. Yuseo Koizumi, the 17-year-old right midfielder, 53 rated, 94 potential on the 6-foot tall right mid. We're definitely going to keep an eye on him. Yodo Mishima, very much the second best Japanese winger in this youth academy. He's one of 3 players we can call up, but we're going to keep an eye on him for another month just to see whether he will progress or whether his potential will dip. The last name on the list is Lorenzo Romano, 52 rated, 73 to 94 potential. Yet again, is still a very good youth talent. And just a quick look at the table here. 10 games to go for Morecambe. We are a game behind everyone in the top 8. And if we do get a win, it does mean that we go up to 4th, which is the top playoff spot. Now, I'm still hoping that we can somehow squeeze into that 3rd place spot so we don't have to go through the playoffs. But we'll take what we can get at the end of the day. Okay, jumping into our second game of the day, and it's an away clash at Cheltenham Town. And this one was quite a hard-fought game yet again. We start with a chance here as Clark gets the ball on his right foot, takes the ball past the defender, and it's a good save from the goalie there. Davis runs at the Cheltenham defence yet again. Clark has the ball, passes off to Alvarez, who's now playing as a secondary striker, gives on to Eklund, and he can't really get it past the goalkeeper yet again. He's really struggling with his shooting, that winger. Ruben Reid now. Terrible defending from Morecambe means that he does have a direct line towards goal and strikes the ball past the goalkeeper. Not much he can do there. Bang on half time. The first chance of the second half did fall to Morecambe as Davis has the ball 25 yards out, gives it off to Clark, finds Alvarez just on the edge of the box, drags it a couple of yards, and his left-footed strike does go into the bottom corner past the goalkeeper, and it does even up the game there. Brilliant strike from the Spaniard, and you can see here yet again, brilliant movement, brilliant play, and that does mean the game is now 1-1. 25 minutes from time now and Morecambe are back on the attack. Eklund passes off to Clark, gives it off to Jan Eklund, who dribbles across the edge of the box, dribbles inside, and then, funnily enough, he actually grabs his goal. And that is his second goal of the season, and considering he's played almost every game so far this year, he's not a very good goal tally from the right midfielder from Sweden. Morecambe are back on the attack yet again as Xavier plays the ball to Clark. Clark with a nice interplay with Alvarez finds the ball to Jan Eklund, but his strike goes just wide of the target, and that was the last chance of the game. And that does mean we are 2 out of 2 in this one after a 2-1 win at Cheltenham Town. Jumping into our third game now, and we've travelled all the way to Kingsmeadow to take on AFC Wimbledon. Now, a lot of the action in this game did fall in the first half, and the first chance is in the 8th minute here as Eklund has the ball, tries to chip it over to Gomez, but the goalkeeper does well to come out, read the play and collect. The next chance comes quarter of an hour into the game as Alvarez plays the ball through to Gomez. He rides the slide tackle from the central defender, carries on, and his left-footed strike is saved by McDonald. The ball bobbles around the box, but unfortunately the striker cannot convert the chance. The striker is on the ball yet again though. That 1-2 is clinical against this Wimbledon defence. Unfortunately, his left-footed strike is palmed away by the goalkeeper and eventually cleared. Wimbledon with their first chance of the game here as Wagstaff plays the ball out wide to O'Neill. He manages to get past McAvoy, gives it back to the number 7, whips it into the box, but Leesman does well to head clear. And from the resulting corner, Wagstaff steps over it, whips the ball into the box, but Piggott's header is just high and wide of the target. First chance of the second half, and it falls in the 61st minute here. Eklund, nice dribbling to get past 2 men, but a great last-ditch challenge to stop the attack there and then. Soon after, Piggott is running at the Morecambe defence, decides to give it off to Pinnock. Nice little 1-2 with the striker there. Osu has the ball on the wing, gives it back to Piggott now. Right-footed strike is palmed wide by Romero, and that was the last chance of the game, which means this one ends in a goalless draw at the Kingsmeadow. Okay, here is the 4th and final game of the day. We're back at the Globe Arena and we're facing Grimsby Town. The first chance of this one starts with Xavier on the halfway line, taking the ball about 20 yards, giving it off to Clark, spots the run of Gomez, he's through one-on-one, and the striker unfortunately puts it wide of the target. Grimsby with their first attack of the game. Hessenthaler gives it off to Whitehouse. Wright has the ball now, about 20 yards out, decides to have a crack from distance, but it's straight at Fagan there. Almost straight after that Grimsby chance, Morecambe are back on the attack and Alvarez seems to be free on this left hand side. He decides to drive all the way towards goal and a right footed strike. The keeper really should have done better there as he strikes it near post and it ends up in the back of the net to open the scoring in this game. You can see here, absolutely no cover from the defence. He decides to drive all the way, right footed strike, and the keeper really should have done better. Just before the half here, and Wright passes off to Hewitt on the right hand side, manages to keep the ball in. Passes the ball back to Wright, decides not to cross it in and go himself, but it's an easy save for Fagan there. The first chance of the second half fell 4 minutes in, and Alvarez dribbles around all the defenders. A right-footed strike straight into the side netting, and it seems like the floodgates have finally opened at Globe Arena here. Alvarez manages to grab his second of the game and runs off celebrating. It's a great right-footed finish. The keeper really stood no chance as it's a perfect strike from the Spaniard. Morecambe back in the attack yet again. It's that man Alvarez playing a 1-2 with Gomez. I wonder what he does here. He crosses the ball into Davis, but it's a great save from the goalkeeper. On the hour mark now, and it's that man Alvarez yet again starting the move. He passes the ball off to Clark, this time off to Davis on the right hand side. Plays it across goal, and it's a brilliant strike from the midfielder there. Finally, we are 3-0 ahead, and like I said before, the floodgates have well and truly opened. You can see a great through ball from Clark. Great first touch, and the right-footed strike goes straight past the goalkeeper. A rare chance for Grimsby in this one as Hewitt plays the ball down the wing to their number 21. He crosses the ball into Clark, but unfortunately he can't get a clean connection on it and it goes well wide of the target. 3 minutes to go now, actually 2 minutes to go, and Alvarez is running through. That man has been dangerous from start to finish. Takes a strike, but he's taken down in the box by a central defender. Unfortunately he's not sent off this time, but we have to try and give him his hat-trick. He aims that top right corner, steps up and rattles it into the crossbar, and luckily it bounces in rather than out, and that does mean he grabs his first hat-trick of his career. Brilliant performance from start to finish from Roque Alvarez there. You can see with the assistance of the crossbar, manages to grab his hat-trick, and there he's collecting the match ball as Morecambe walk away from this one 4-0 winners. And that's it for this one. We've had 4 games today, and luckily we've actually gone unbeaten in this one. 3 wins and a draw, which means we picked up 10 points in this one. We currently sit 5th in the league table, 2 games in hand on Stevenage and Gillingham, and we're currently 8 points behind that destined spot of 3rd. Hopefully we can catch up to that one with the first game of next episode coming against Bury. But if you like this one, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you want, and you know what guys, we'll see you in the next one.